You first, girl. You're first. Hey, y'all. Welcome in. Tap the screen and share the live, please. Hey, y'all. Welcome in. Tap and share, please. I'm trying to share the live out. I'll be right with y'all. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Madam President. How are you? Hey, Sunshine. Lisa, hello. Love to be hated. How are ya? Rochester, welcome in. Hey, TJ. Welcome in, everybody. Tap, share, repost, please. We're going to talk about my bestie tonight. All right, good luck. We're going to start here. We're just waiting for everybody. Talk about my man. That's my best friend. He loves to hate me. I know, Sunshine. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. My boo thing. Because he is just all in his feelings about me. You got some info on, did you braid each other's hair? You know we did. We just finished. Yeah, he's always going off. You just mentioned my name, and he goes into a crazy spiral. It's wild. You just say checkmate, and he crashes the fuck out. Hey, Toucan, how are ya? Hello, Cat Daddy, how are ya? I make the boys go crazy. That's for sure. They really do go crazy. Call me all kinds of names. You're here. Well, I hope you're having a good day. Hey, Fancy. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, you tell him that. You're gonna have to wait for a box. We have to do introductions and stuff. Go over a few things. We're not opening boxes right now. Be more than welcome to come up later, though. Hey, Fighter, how are ya? Hello, Ashley. I do want to remind everybody that's in here, we are going to do a live on Paula Thursday. I've invited a few new creators to come in, and we're all going to just have an open chat. Have a little Paula time. Sunshine's going to demonstrate dry brushing for us all. Yes, Sunshine, I just said that you're going to demonstrate that for everybody. You are going to demonstrate the dry brushing. Hey, Barb, welcome in. Fighter, I hope you've been doing well. Good evening, Kim. Welcome in. Dry brushing with veggie straws? What the fuck, Sunshine? I'm about to block you with your veggie straws. Can y'all tap the screen and share the live, please? Make sure you repost it. Hello, Dolphin Girl. How are you? You believe this is your first time? Well, we go live every Tuesday and every Thursday. And we have been known to do some pop-up lives. So if this is your first time in here, welcome in. They have gotten a result. Do you want to message me, Fighter? Is Aaron coming in? I highly doubt that.
Feel free to share it to him, though. Amber messaged him and told him about the live taking place and told him to bring his screenshots.
He has been invited, but I do not think that he will get in a box with me, so I'm sure he's watching, though. So if everybody wants to wave hi to Aaron, you can totally do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fighter, that's great. You can do that. A moment of silence for J. Paul. Did something happen? I don't understand. You think because she's not on the app right now, is that why you're saying that? She'll be back. Don't you worry. She's not going anywhere. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm not expecting a huge crowd tonight because nobody really wants to hear about Aaron. So I just want, mods, make sure you use your judgment. Make sure you welcome people in. If we miss them, y'all know the drill. With that being said, we're just gonna dive right in. Aaron had a lot to say this weekend. I don't really know what his obsession is with me, why he keeps having to say my name. But if I had money, like $1 for every time he said my name, we could probably all retire. Because this man cannot go live without saying my name. So with that being said, do you want to say anything, Fallon, before we play a clip, or what do you want to do?
Well, I want to let everybody know. I mean, you kind of pretty much let everyone know that the reason we're here, Tuesdays and Thursdays, is the days we get to spend with you guys. We get to give you the information so it can go out to the community. If we have something new, we bring it to you, tell you where to go and find the information for yourself so you can vet it. We don't like to tell you what to do, how to feel, how you run your platforms, and what to think. It's all for you. We just tell you where to go and find it, and you make your own decisions. We received a bunch of messages about, hey, he's calling checkmate this. This is what happened. What's going on? What's new? How's it going? So we wanted to wait until we were able to bring it to all of you guys who know we go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays to cover it. Sadly, you all know that Aaron says names over on his platform with Checkmate all the time. It is always something. And we're going to play those clips for you tonight in case you missed it. And Birdie, whenever you're ready to, you guys are going to have to tap the screen though, please. And that's why we're doing a small update tonight.
$102 people. Y'all tap, please.
All over me, so.
Aaron, did you watch that live stream last night about you?
No, but I heard about it. I'd like to know what it was about, really.
Okay, it was about you.
We
have nothing to do with them. Nothing. We don't talk to them. They don't talk to us. Nothing. But yet they still had their own live stream about you. Two separate groups that have nothing to do with each other, and both groups are looking at you, but you're going to think that you're not the problem.
But who is it? I'm asking you the same.
Oh, it was
over and over again.
Checkmate, Fiona. No,
Oh,
Checkmate.
so
No.
said
Checkmate and
that's what's coming
Fallon.
after me, but yeah, her cunt ass can't fucking talk to me.
See, no, Checkmate,
That's
Fallon,
fine.
and
We're not
someone
gonna-
else.
We're not going to be calling them names like that now.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna call him out now.
Well,
Well, but see, the name calling doesn't
you
help.
want to do that,
Oh,
you
I
do
will.
that on
I
your
will.
live, but we're not.
But I've already done it
we're-
multiple times, and their dumbasses won't come over because they're too
We're
chicken shit
not-
because they know I got shit on.
Well, you do what you want to do on your channel, but over here we're not doing that.
All respect. I'll try to keep it down a few notches on him.
I mean, do you think it's okay to talk about anyone like that? That's pretty harsh words. I'm just saying.
Okay. So, do you think it's okay for people to run people's name in the ground that they never actually met
I
and that they
wasn't
don't
part
know
of
the
the
full
live. I
story?
don't know what was said, Aaron.
Aaron,
Every
did
time
you?
Once again, if you guys would like to share it to Aaron and have him come over, please feel free to do. Amber did message him and told him to come on over, that we will be here, and to please bring his screenshots.
And our birdie had to drop because she got a violation for harassment and bullying. But she'll be back. So that was Friday night, I believe, correct?
Yes.
Friday night, I was actually home that night and not doing anything, and then I got at least 100 shares to this live. Because he was crashing out. Hey, Chocolate, how are you? Oh, you got you. I don't even know what sparked that other than we had a live about him. Other than that, I'm not really certain what happened.
I'll tell you what happened. It has finally been enough. So we don't talk on people unless we have proof positive receipts, screenshots, timelines, and you've done enough that it is time to bring it to you guys as the community. So that way you protect yourselves, you pay attention to who you're surrounding yourself with, and we don't want someone to have to experience something that someone else is telling us about. So when people come to our DMs and tell us what's going on, we vet the information, we go and we find out, and we do not want those closest to us, which is you guys, to go through it. So we bring it to you so you protect yourselves. Same thing with enablers. Same thing with flip-flop people who take up your sweet and precious time. I don't want your time wasted, none of these ladies on the panel, and those colleagues that are in the chat. I don't want your time wasted. I don't want your feelings hurt. I don't want your trust broken. Kindness is not weakness, and truth is not bullying. I don't care how you choose to spend your day, who you choose to sit with. All I want you to do is protect yourself. If you can't see that there are people who run around, and the ones that do say names, and it always seems to be one of you or us, and it's always negative, as in the instance with Aaron, why would anyone want to be over there and listen to any of his stories, any of his BS, any of his negative energy? Because when he's over in his chat, like we told you on Thursday night with his live, he's horrible. Horrible to women. Horrible to the people around him. We played the example when Scam Opera was here, when she played the footage of what it was like when Redneck Villain was in his chat versus a female. How he spoke to his moderators, who were supposed to be people who support him, and he supports them back and treats them like garbage. And I'm not going to rehash all of the things that we covered when Scam Opera was up and playing clips for us. That video is on Checkmate's YouTube, so you can visit that. We wanted to come and touch base with you guys for the happening on Friday. He's not going to change his behavior, but what needs to change is the people and the women that go into his chat so they are informed of what he does, and let them make the decision if they want to stay over there or not. If they choose to stay over there with his vileness and the way he treats people, especially women, then allow them to be over there. But do not allow them to waste your time in your DMs once you have given them the information. Look, this is who you're over there supporting. This is who you're giving money to. This is who you're buying air conditioners for. This is who you're listening to dry beg. And then don't waste your valuable, precious time anymore. That night, I was mad as hell. But Adam was faster than I was, and he got over in that box before I got over there. And Birdie's going to play that, but I don't know. You guys are going to have to tap like you haven't tapped before. So we don't lose Birdie. Go ahead whenever you're ready, Birdie.
And I'm fucking sick of it. And I'm gonna tell you one thing: keep a real fucking close eye on that on Checkmate. For real. I really want to tell her something. Like, keep
My
a real
God.
close eye on it.
Aaron.
There's been so much word about so much shit that she's done, and I need answers, but she won't.
Say names. Say names then. Who said what?
Say names.
No.
Who said something to you?
Exactly. See, you're not working on facts, Aaron.
No,
Say names
do
or don't
actually
say
have
it.
facts. I have to roll back on all the screenshots and shit, and I can't do that right now. But I'm trying to, I can't do it while I'm on live because I don't know how. I'm not that fucking technical savvy.
Give me a day and a time that you've got your screenshots ready to go, and let's go blow by blow. Bring your screenshots, bring your facts. Let's go blow by blow. You tell me when, and I will be there. Let's do it.
How about this?
No, Aaron, just answer the question. Blow by blow, fact by fact, screenshot by screenshot. You give me a time and a day you're ready to
Did
go.
you hear the fucking host? I said
I
don't
don't
back
give a
out like
fuck.
she did.
Listen to me, Aaron. Just answer the
Don't back out
question.
like she did, you fucking idiot. Shut your fucking mouth for a second.
Aaron,
Don't
we're done
back
here.
out like she
Aaron,
did.
we're done.
Yeah, we are done.
Quit drinking and get your shit together, bro.
Then you guys listen to a motherfucker that's had the issues, bro. You stupid fucks. Keep my fucking name out your goddamn mouth. Checkmate. The next motherfucking time that you mention my goddamn name, I'm gonna fuck your entire career over. Do I make myself clear? I just made it worse for myself? No, they made it worse. Because I know my fucking moderator's in here.
We lost our Birdie again. So I don't even know what sparked all of this. I guess just the live, but he threatened to take my career away as a nurse. I just want to put it out there that I have never one time ever said that I was a nurse. So I don't know where he gets his information. I'm not a nurse. I've never been a nurse. I've never claimed to be a nurse. And he is so confidently wrong every single time. I don't even know what to even say at this point with him. He's definitely got me mixed up with somebody because I'm not a nurse. Not even close.
I mean, he's just out here handing occupations to people. He said that Checkmate was a nurse and Adam was a former attorney. It got a little wild on Friday.
But he also said that he was a paralegal. No? Is that him? No, that's not him. I'm sorry. Wrong person. Scratch that.
He said, it's because he said that he was the CEO of two companies. He owns his two companies. Yes, that's what it was. CEOs of his own companies. And he's got his money management handled, and that he has a attorney on retainer. And as a matter of fact, it's Johnny Depp's attorney.
Which is the Temu version of Johnny Depp's lawyers. I would assume. I just don't understand how he is so confident in what he is saying. He is absolutely delusional. I think that I've said it many, many times in my lives that I am in financing. I do financial advising. I don't do any nursing. I don't have anything to do with healthcare. It's just, He's so confident. That's what really gets me, is he's so confident. And he also took credit, and he said that he run the penny fairy off of the app.
Yes. And he likes to say, they won't come get in my box. They won't come over here and get in my box. Well, Adam and I were there, and you see that he folded like a $2 lawn chair on the 4th of July.
I was also in his chat, and I did request up, but he would not gonna let that happen.
He has this hang up where he's like, well, let's just talk about one instance at a time. Well, that's what I wanted, Aaron. So, where you at?
Not only did he threaten me on live, he messaged me several times and threatened me. He also threatened me at the end of that clip and told me that snitches... What did he say, Fallon?
He said, snitches get stitches and end up in ditches.
Yes. He messaged me, you know, the similar things that he said in the live. It's just insane. He's insane.
There's no reason for anybody to treat anybody like that. But for him to constantly say Checkmate's name all the times that he said it. And then I told you guys in the last live on Aaron that he seems to think that talking to Adam and talking to Checkmate gives him a free pass to beg if he can just schmooze them in the DMs. And that is a misnomer, Aaron, if you happen to be window watching. Understand this. When you message people and you're all, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry, and then you want to talk like you're relatable and it's all good, and then you come and run your mouth like you Billy Badass on the app when you have a little bit liquor in you, it doesn't work that way. Because you're not ever going to get a free pass for being a shitty person. It was important to us to go live tonight to answer any questions you guys had, let you know that it did happen, let you hear it for yourself in the event that you had not had the chance to hear it, because that's what it's all about. Tuesdays and Thursdays are your night. It's your night for us to bring you anything that we might be working on, anything we might have heard, anything that's hot topic, because I tell you this every single time. The panel feels the same way. You guys are the reason this community is the way that it is. You guys are the ones that are important. And if you don't have the information and it hasn't been properly vetted, I know that I don't see you guys out there spitting it out. Because you don't do it without a receipt. You don't do it where the facts that you can go and find it and produce it at any time. Aaron said he has 400 screenshots and an attorney on retainer that was Johnny Depp's attorney. Where are those 400 screenshots, Aaron? So now we've taken away all his excuses. You want to go and talk about issue by issue, but then all of a sudden when he's faced with issue by issue, he doesn't want to do it. All of a sudden now he wants to start talking about the climate in Alaska and what would you do if you were faced with these treacherous things when you're traveling from Alaska to here, which you didn't do on foot, Aaron.
We don't really know what he says he has screenshots of. I'm gonna guess maybe his dog, his cat, I don't know.
Empty liquor bottles.
I think his main problem with me is he did message me after the whole big blow up that happened and wanted me to give him a pass. And I simply told him that I'm not giving you a pass. If you're begging, you're going to be covered. If you stop begging, you'll stop being covered. And that's just how I am. And then the apologies came. And anybody that knows me, I don't really accept apologies, especially if they're not genuine. Don't talk a bunch of shit and call me names and put out a bunch of false information and then expect me to accept your apology, because that will never happen. That's just how I am. So don't come to me and apologize and think that that's going to make everything okay, because it never will, because I will never accept it. I'm exactly who I say I am, and I mean exactly what I say. Don't come apologize to me after you tried to ruin my name. I don't care about your apology or you. Leave me out of your shit. And stop saying my fucking name, Aaron. It's not doing anything but getting you negative attention.
When I found out that Adam was over in his box, I thought, oh my God, all hell is about to break loose, because I knew Adam was pissed as soon as he heard what he called checkmate. It was over. And then he threatened Samuel, and I thought, oh man, this is bad. And when I was able to get up in his box and I explained to him that when there is somebody who walks into 10 rooms and there's a problem in all 10 rooms, you have to look at the common denominator. And that's him. You can't just talk to somebody any old way. And then he thinks that whenever he's talking to the people in his chat, that he can pump them up. Oh, you're going to protect me. My supporters are going to stand up for me. And of course, he had Julie get up there. And then Ashley's up there. Then he said, well, if I'm going to be a problem, I'm going to be a problem. Can you give me money for a new bottle? And she was over there trying to figure it out. Getting up in a box, condoning bad behavior. How are you a girl's girl when you allowed him to speak on a woman like that? If you're in a room and somebody is telling you a bunch of lines of bullshit and you're sitting there lapping it up like a lapdog, then you're a problem. Anybody that can sit there and speak to a woman like that and you sit there and you condone that, you need to get checked. You need to get some therapy and understand that that is not what a real man does. And if you've ever been around someone who talks to women like that, I am so sorry for you, because that's not the way real men act. We played clips whenever Scam Opera was in the box, and she explained that he was dry bagging for the AC, and we weren't sure if Paula, his moderator, the one that had heart surgery and was in the hospital taking screenshots of the AC and trying to get it for him, or if it was the one that he calls Pops.
Any woman that would sit in a box and let a man speak to another woman that way is not somebody that I would ever want to be around. If you can't stick up for another woman when you're letting that man call them a cunt and a bitch, and I don't even remember all the names he said. It was disgusting. And she just sat there the whole time.
Yep.
Not one word was spoken.
Then he kind of put a little dog whistle out. So on his page, he has pinned his charges, where he is telling everyone that on Birdie's page, there is a pinned video of him talking about how a girl was dancing up on him at the club, and that to him said she wanted it, right? So he put his hands on her. And it was unwanted, because Aaron, you need to keep your hands to yourself. Treating women badly. But when he's called out on it, all of a sudden the story has now changed, and he said that he was going to go to where he went to prison and get the charges because somebody was putting a false jacket on him and saying that he grabbed another woman, but he said he grabbed her belt loop when he was being tased. But wait, where's the story where you were talking about this girl was dancing up on you, right? She wanted it?
He has posted all of that on his page. We chose not to share it because, unfortunately, he did put a lot of personal information with that. He didn't redact hardly. I don't think he redacted anything.
He did
So
not.
we will not share it over here.
No.
But it is on his page if anybody wants to see what he posted. I just, we chose not to do it over here for those reasons.
He is going to continue to say that he is being slandered and that he is being harassed and that he is being bullied. The fact still remains, you are not allowed to be on this app and just say whatever the hell you want to in a demeaning, demoralizing manner when there's people that are around you that need to stick up for these other people. I don't care if I didn't know these people. There was a supporter who just scrolled into his chat. He pulled her up into a box. She brings awareness to Jordan Paul. That's the only beggar, scammer, bad behavior person that she's ever covered. Her profile picture was the picture of the little braid with Jordan Paul. And Love to Be Hated was in there calling him out. I called him out in the comments, but didn't want to get banned because I was about to hit that box. He was treating her so horribly. Finally, she got out of there. It doesn't matter who it is. Who it is, if I know them or not, speak up if somebody is over there treating somebody the way that you wouldn't want to be treated. Would you want your mother, your sister, your best friend to be treated like that?
Not only that, but your daughter, your niece. I mean, you wouldn't want people talking to other people like that. You wouldn't want to hear those people being called those horrible names. His @ is Unexpected Blessings 2026.
And he cannot take the pushback. He starts getting defensive and starts getting wild with his words. And then all of a sudden you become the enemy and he thinks that he knows who you are. Then he starts talking about how you've got kids, you've got your job, your vindictiveness, which shows that if you were to give him a Cash App, a Venmo, a PayPal, anything, imagine him having your information. He has turned, you can see on his page where he has posted his former moderators and he's put their business out there. This person is a traitor. This person's a liar. This person, those people, I promise you, have given him some sort of support financially, and he has their information. What do you think he's going to do next? Please don't give anybody any of your information on this app. Please. You don't know these people behind this camera. I'm concerned about these women who are up in the boxes when they talk about, oh, they're just haters. They're just men haters. No, maybe these women have been through something traumatic in their lives and they're trying to help other women. That's what they should be doing, but they're not. So should they be up in the boxes condoning his behavior or telling him to go get help for his anger management issues? Because whenever I get really scared when I start hearing women in boxes talk about where they're just man haters. And anytime a man calls a woman a bitch or a see you next Tuesday or whatever, and they condone it, then they're like, yeah, if they run and tell their friends about it, then all of a sudden it's going to be that this person abuses women. Nobody said anybody saw him put hands on a woman. But the police did. It's on his page. It's pinned to his page that he held on to a woman's V and didn't let go. He said he grabbed her belt loop. Who are you going to believe? Court documents?
But I think everybody needs to remember it came out of his own mouth that she was dancing up on him.
At two different instances. So he's saying that he was in the hospital and he was being tased because he was being combative. And this was the charge that they were talking about, that everybody was saying he was a P3DO. So, but when people were asking him and pressuring him about it, he said, no, it was because she danced up on me in the club. So he can't even keep his story straight. Because the more and more you pressured him, the more and more he finally went and got the documents. And then I'm expecting to see something about a club and someone dancing up on him. And when you read the document, it comes up that he's grabbed a police officer's V. So where did the story come from that the lady danced up on him? He can't keep his lies straight. That's up to us to call the bullshit flag. Because there are people that just scrolled into his chat and didn't know he's full of it. But there are some of us who have been in there, and we need to call him out. Because that's what we do over here. Many of you have posted the clip. We could have found that clip. All I have to do is put a 911 out to you guys. Tell me where to find this clip where he said that the woman was dancing up on him and that he thought that she wanted that. But then the next day when he's pressured and people are calling him some type of harassment towards a child, he wanted to prove his story. So now it's because he was in the hospital and got tased and grabbed a lady in the wrong place. But he said he knows what leather feels like because he grabbed her belt loop. But then when you start pressuring about that, then he gets pissed off and goes off on some other tangent. And then the names start calling. I promise you, if there were women up in that boxes and he started talking ill towards another woman or somebody who was has been verbally abused by him, when those boxes start to drop, he's going to stop quickly. And then if he's only talking to himself, he'll eventually get off this app. He did post goodbye TikTok, like this is an airport, and he's posting his departure, but his account's still there. After he's called out a bunch of people saying, you so-called supporters, you want to go over there and support them with no proof. That's not what we do over here, Aaron. We have proof. But let's see your 400 screenshots. And I say it again, if just in the event that you are recording and you are window watching, let's go screenshot by screenshot, fact by fact. You tell me when, and we'll do it. Because what you're doing is you are treating women as if they are less than. And then you spoke on them and said, you think I'm dry begging? You think I'm dry begging? What about these women running around with this hanging out and that hanging out? And he used the words, the most disgusting words that you can think of, he used. Silence is acceptance. So if we run around here and we just accept the things that are being handed out by people like Aaron with bad behavior, then we're just as culpable, right? I wholeheartedly agree with that. But I need you guys to hear me. We don't know what we don't know. I get messages all the time that there's some things that I have not had a chance to go through and vet. It's not because it's not important. It's not because I don't hear you. It's just there's just not enough hours in the day sometimes when my work is so demanding. When Checkmate's at the hospital working as a nurse, there's not enough hours in the day. Right, Checkmate?
Those are some long shifts, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, it really wipes me out.
But that's why each one of us do our own thing when we're free. Because what I see, or Checkmate may not see, Melody Rose may not see it. If Birdie didn't catch it, Amber did. If Sunshine didn't catch it, somebody caught it. And it's time for everybody else to know about it.
Message me, Sunshine. I'll give you the diagnosis. Oh, I'm a nurse, not a doctor. Sorry. I can refer you to a doctor. Fuck, I forget. Hold on a minute. I mean, you go ahead. I gotta do something.
Okay. And you'll never know. Like those two young ladies, Court, and I cannot ever think of the other young lady's name. The one where he was in Alaska and he came over to go and live with them. Everyone told them. Everyone told them. This is a bad idea. Please look at his past. Please look at what's happening. We could have saved them a little bit of grief. But the thing is that you guys did your job. You guys told them about him. The things that you saw that they didn't see.
Fallon, IG, please.
Okay. Be right back.
He told you he went to Alaska. Oh, he never went to Alaska for a lady. I really don't know. I didn't really watch him in the beginning. He just wasn't somebody that I wanted to cover, but he kept messaging me and was very persistent. Birdie, did you go to IG? Hello, Tina. You think she fell in love with you? With who? I don't know, Fallon. I think it's kind of important and kind of relevant. I don't know what you all think. Oh, yeah, no, let's not do that. I know Shay's in here. I seen her comment. Shay, do you want to come up and say anything? He has a crush on nurses. Well, I'm not a nurse.
I do want to put this out there just in case Aaron is window watching. This young lady, if she comes up and tells her story, she did not put it out here for any of us to go over and bring awareness to you, Aaron. You did that all by yourself. Because after the first time, the second time, the third time, you did that. You cannot expect to be treating people over and over and over and people see who you really are, because people in the awareness community can read the room like no others. If people are that dumb to sit over there with you and in those boxes and condone your bad behavior, that's on them. They don't belong anywhere over here with us, because we're out here to protect people. We're out here to help people not get taken advantage of or get treated poorly just because they're over here and friends with us. Shay, if you'd like to come up, you are more than welcome.
Yeah, I
Just
wanna,
know.
just let you know, if she does come up, y'all are gonna really have to tap, because her story is a tough one to tell. Because she is his ex-girlfriend. I didn't even know her. After I went into Dre's live, she reached out to me and started telling me her story. So, that's how I came in contact with her. I didn't know her before that live. Correct. She is his ex, not his current girlfriend. Does he have a current girlfriend? Lord, I hope not. But that's totally her choice if she wants to come up. I had planned to do a pop-up with her this weekend. Time just has not permitted with my nursing job and all. But no, honestly, I had a child traveling and I just couldn't make time. So if she does come up, I would really appreciate everybody to tap. There's a lot of people in here. If you could share it out, tap the screen, repost it, we would appreciate it so more people can hear her story. Hello, Shay.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm still recovering. So I have a question, since you guys are nurses, or at least one of you I know is.
I don't think anybody
No.
up here is a nurse.
No, we say none of us are in the medical field. We make fun of Aaron because he thinks he knows that Checkmate was a nurse, and she's never been a nurse.
Yeah, that's what he tried telling me. He's okay. So I don't know if you guys have been pregnant or not, but when I was pregnant, he caused severe stress, and I miscarried, and he kept saying that that's not, you can't miscarry from that.
I'm sorry. That's
No,
all.
it's okay.
So unfortunately, when you're pregnant, you know, and I have had 3 children and I, you know, went to doctors and like you're supposed to, you know, they always tell you to try to keep your stress level down, especially in the first 3 months of a pregnancy.
Yeah. I
Because
tried saying that to him, and he didn't believe me. He's like, that the nurse is breaking protocol. After I almost passed away, I gotta watch what I say because we're on TikTok. I almost passed away on Thursday. I lost a lot of blood, and I needed a break. And he kept yelling at me, and I'm like, you know, this isn't helping my recovery. Sorry if I cry. He's like, your nurse wouldn't have said you need peace and quiet, but it's written in the paperwork.
yeah, I'm really sorry that he spoke to you like that. I could not ever imagine my children's father ever saying anything like that to me. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Like, he was very mentally abusive. Me and my friends noticed that, you know, he's not all there, obviously. And I started, you know, taking a step back, and he would yell at me more and more. And if I didn't say something he wanted me to, he would yell. If I didn't give him rides or money, he'd guilt trip me. My friends finally helped me get rid of him, but he blames everybody else. Like, when you guys talked to him that night, he had called the cops and told them that I had sent all you guys after them.
Yes, I remember you messaging me that. So one thing that you need to understand is we were on to Aaron way before I even knew you. I didn't even know he had a girlfriend when you messaged me, or previous girlfriend, not a current. This is his ex. I'm so sorry. We were already covering him. Many people were covering him. We didn't really cover him that much, but he was definitely covered by many, many people way before anybody found out about you.
Right, and when I started seeing everything online, because you guys had been covering him, I would go to him, and he's like, oh, they're just haters. But then I started seeing when he was, again, throwing a fit that I wouldn't give him money when I already have 3 kids now, he would get upset and throw a fit. There's just a lot. Like, he's very emotionally abusive towards women, and even, like, my friends. He thinks he's big and bad, but the moment he pushed my one friend, I don't even know what we can say on here, my friend pretty much put him in a headlock, and Aaron lost, and he threw a fit and ran home. Literally walked all the way home.
So, do you mind if we ask you a few questions? Like, and if they're too personal, don't answer them. Don't feel obligated. If you're not comfortable, just say so, and we will stop.
Okay, yes, that's fine.
But how did you meet him?
So he was at the time currently working at like a small mechanic shop. The one that he claimed he owned, he did not own. It was a different owner who owned it. And he had quit because the pay wasn't enough. He threw a fit and he left.
I mean, the pay wasn't enough. He's been on TikTok begging for money.
Yeah.
So any pay would be good, right? I mean, you would think, right?
Who would think, but he's very money hungry.
He's very money hungry for somebody that doesn't have any money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's wild.
He has SSI as well, and food stamps and cash assistance. So he's probably making a good amount while lying to SSI that he's not working, which obviously he was at the time.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh. So when we first encountered Aaron, he was in Alaska, he said. And he said that he walked here to the States from Alaska, which we know is somebody like Aaron does not have that kind of drive, right? He doesn't have that kind of ambition for sure. So I'm just kind of like, it seems to me like he's lied to you about many, many things, you know, especially what he does on TikTok and how the awareness community encountered him. So what was it that he told you of how he got into the situation on TikTok that he's in?
He just said it was just random haters who found out his history and record, and that was about it. But like, even he came to all the way down to he can't have children, and I end up pregnant. And when I threw it in his face, he's like, I don't think I could because she had a miscarriage. Well, now I know why, because you stressed her out to the point she miscarried, just like I did. And when I found out I was pregnant, I told him, you trapped me because you told me you could not have kids.
So how long were you with him, if I may ask?
About 2 months, and I'm not gonna lie, because he said some things. I was struggling with my own mental health, so I thought it was best that I had an open relationship, which now I wish I never did. I learned from that mistake. So yes, I was with my current fiance, along with Aaron. Yes, morally it was wrong, but I made a mistake.
Yeah,
So
we're
what?
not up here to judge you. Your life is your life alone. Alan, I know you have some questions.
Was there anybody that had reached out to you to give you a heads up on him when you would go into his chat? Because I noticed that when you'd go in, he would make you a mod, and then you would go in and he would mod you without even talking to you. It was just as soon as you got in there, he'd mod you and then start talking you up.
No, somebody just said to look at his history, and that's what I did. And then when I brought it to his attention, he explained what happened, but I still didn't believe it. So again, like, we hung out like crazy for 2 weeks, and then that one message and all the stuff on TikTok I found, I slowly started backing up, which then he became very crazy and tried, unaliven himself on a bridge by guilt tripping me with that, and had the cops have me negotiate with him because he refused to get off. So I'm traumatized from that as well.
You have to forgive yourself for everything that's going on, Shay. You don't know what you don't know. I mean, it's sometimes when somebody's in your face like that, you don't have the ability to look around what's going around because somebody's in your face. So I'm so sorry that you're having to deal with so much.
No, it's okay. Thank you. And I know, like, again, he had called the cops on me twice, and I told her my side. I said it's TikTok, and he's a beggar, and they're covering him. And they, at first I thought you guys went to him, but it sounds like he went to you first. And I explained that, and she said it sounds like you need the restraining order. But even he's threatened me on my life and my kids' lives before, my friends' lives, on a voicemail. I think I've sent that to you guys as well.
Oh no, I didn't know about that. That's not good.
Yeah, we did not know about that either.
I seen the messages that he sent to Checkmate, and then I heard some of the horrible messages that he sent to Adam. But if he's threatening little kids, like we need to do something about that.
He's very controlling. I know somebody commented to that, but he also wished death upon the baby. I don't know if I can say that word, so I'm sorry if you guys, unalived. He had people coming at me. I hope your baby unalives constantly and over again till the point I lost it. And it's not fair to me, Granted, this baby came from a piece of crap, but I still love that baby. That baby and I bonded immediately. I saw the heartbeat. 2 days later, it was gone. The baby had no chance. Oh, thank you. It's okay. It's not okay, but I'll get over it.
Well, it is never innocent babies and kids. They're always innocent, always.
He even brought my 11-year-old in it, saying your son said this, this, and this, and I'm like, my son wouldn't have said that. And I have cameras all over my house, just because I love my kids dearly and I'm very protective. And I said, they never said that. And he's like, yes, he did. And I said, no, he didn't. Oh, your cameras are crap. No, these are expensive cameras. You can hear anything and everything.
Oh my goodness, I had no idea
Yeah,
that ever happened.
I didn't either.
I am so sorry.
Thank you. Like, it's hard. He traumatized me. I have anxiety meds that also aren't the healthiest while pregnant, but they understood what I was going through. So I did take them. It was the risk that I had to take because I'd be shaken because of him.
And I know you reached out to me a Friday night after everything happened. And, you know, we had talked about a few things. Did you ever follow through with going to try to get that RO?
I'm still very shaky and dizzy from the blood loss, so I'm waiting until I heal up a bit more. I go see the follow up that will be tomorrow.
And is he leaving you alone as of now?
Yeah.
Oh my.
He's blocked on everything, and obviously you can still on an iPhone, I don't know, other phones, get them through the blocked, but I have not looked yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you turn off iMessage, you can still get, but you can go in and block through SMS.
Okay.
So you may want to try that. Wow, I'm kind of at a loss for words now, Fallon.
Is
I have no
Amanda,
idea.
Amanda, are you in here, Amanda? Amanda, if there's any tips that you have to like, there, she's obviously going to need to keep up with what his new screen names will be.
Yeah, if
To
somebody can keep an eye on that, that would be great. Not
Yeah.
trying to cut you off, I'm sorry. That was a big thing for him too. Don't cut him off or you're gonna get yelled at and you're disrespectful.
no, I employ people to cut me off because sometimes I'm in a lag, and so I need, if you're going to remember it, shout it out. It's fine. But Amanda, if there's any tips or anything that can be given to her that we're not thinking of, please, if you feel comfortable writing it in the chat, please do.
Or
The only
even
thing
come up in a box, Amanda,
Yes,
if you're
yes.
comfortable with that.
Yeah, I didn't want to put her on the
Amanda
spot.
is a huge advocate for DV.
Okay.
And she's
About that
amazing
band
at what she does. Yeah, Amanda down there with the bows and the hearts.
Okay.
She's amazing. If you want to follow her, she has great resources to help you. And she is really good with, I guess, getting, you know, you to a safe place, getting you what you need, getting you everything that you, the resources you need to follow through with, you know, whatever you need to do. Amanda is amazing.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I
there
know
may
I-
be
Yep.
some tips that we don't know that you could have on your own, that just some simple tips, such as keeping a track of all his screen names, or knowing the ones that do post. If he was to ever, you know, stick his head out from under some rock, then you'll know and you'll be informed. And she has just the smallest things that make sense that you don't think of, that she could probably help you remember and keep at the top of your mind.
Right.
Thank you, Amanda.
I know I started counseling as well for the trauma because, you know, not only am I dealing with trauma from him, I had that medical trauma as well now.
Yes, absolutely.
It's just crazy to me that in such a short time, you know, which 2 months isn't really a lot of time, right? That so much has happened to you because of him, essentially.
Yeah, he's not a good person at all. I think, honestly, if he had the chance, he would have laid hands on me.
I mean, I think it was definitely going in that direction, right?
Yep.
And Shay, and because of the threats towards the kids, there has to be some extra things that can be done as well with them. If they have social media accounts, or when they become of age to be able to have social media accounts, I would make sure that he is already preemptively blocked from those things.
Yeah, I have that planned. Like, where I live, we have to have so much evidence just to get even a simple harassment order. And there was one time they denied mine after I was, you know, great.
But I would think of that stuff would get you an emergency RO
No,
for
they're
sure.
picky. It sucks. Where I live, they're so picky. You have to have enough evidence. Like I said, I use the term graped so we don't get in trouble, and they still denied it. You have to have so much evidence in the county I live in. It's just ridiculous.
Amanda, maybe message her so she doesn't have to say that out loud.
Oh, sorry.
And Unfazed had a great point. It says document everything with dates and times, every message, every voice message. I mean, I'm sure you already do that, but just that's for those that might be window watching that are too afraid to come in due to the topic. They don't want to be triggered. You know, we want to throw those things out as well, because we're not only just helping you with these ideas, we're helping the community as well. So there may be something that they didn't know that they might pick up here in their own relationships that might be traumatic or turbulent.
I agree. That's why I finally said that I'd come on, you know, to help other people out because he's going to have more victims. He probably already has a lot.
Yeah, unfortunately, domestic violence is the only criminal act where a victim has to prove they've been assaulted, right? It's up to the victim to make sure that everything is handled properly and all the evidence is put forth, because without that, they will not be convicted.
Yeah, he like somebody said, beware my surroundings. Yeah, he only lives a mile away from me, which is scary.
Mm.
Oh my goodness. See, I didn't know all of that. You're right, Amanda. The victim is guilty until proven innocent. And that's really sad.
I'm safe though. Like I have friends that live a few houses down. I have cameras all over, so.
Yeah, like Scam said, tell your neighbors, have people watch your house. Whatever you have to do to protect yourself. Because just from the things he does about, says about me on the app, I could not imagine being that close to him ever.
Yeah. A lot of people think it's because when he's drunk, but it's when he's sober too. I promise you all that. He has some anger issues that I've even told him that doesn't make you a bad person unless you, hurt somebody, but you need to get help, No one's perfect, but I'm sure if I didn't get away, I would have been harmed more.
I just hate that it took you losing a child to get away, That's very sad.
I think he was blocked for the most part of the pregnancy because he was acting like he was OB. He knew what he was talking about. But, I trusted my OB clinic. I forgot what I was going to say because, he makes me nervous. So if he comes in, I might drop if he does come in because, I have trauma with him.
We wouldn't let him come in here while you're in a box. We would block him immediately. But he has me blocked anyway, so he probably would not come in.
Okay. Jersey girl asked, yeah, I'm okay. I'm safe.
Yeah, I've asked her that Friday night to make sure she was safe. That's the most important thing. But when she messaged me and said that the police had called her because he called the police on her, I was up with her until like 2 a.m, I think, talking.
Yeah, it was late.
Because she was a mess. I felt so bad for her. Hey, Andrea, how are you?
And that was the day after I had that emergency surgery to, clean everything out during the miscarriage. I don't know what I can say on here that won't ban us.
Oh, we're used to getting banned. We're good. We have a
yeah, he literally called okay, so I think I had surgery at 5, right?
No, it was like 3.
At 3, and he had called the cops, and they called me at like 1 a.m. And I explained I just had a miscarriage. I had emergency surgery, or else I wouldn't have made it. And my friend said, "Does he know?" So I contacted him, and he made it all about him, saying where was everybody else when I went to the hospital for a heart attack, which that was false. Just so you guys are aware, he went in there for mental health. That was when he went on the bridge.
Okay.
There's no heart attack. He didn't break his neck. He didn't hurt himself at all. That's just I'm hungry for money.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This dude is dangerous.
Yes. Yeah.
People like this are dangerous. I don't think people understand that. He's not just on here begging for money. He is very dangerous.
Yes.
So current moderators, Julie, Ashley, Paula, Stoner, Dustin, when you talk about how you're in the box and you talk about when a guy calls somebody a bitch or a cunt, the woman had something that she did to deserve that. You're disgusting and you're just as bad when you put your hands on somebody or you don't. If you speak to somebody like that, there are escalation levels, and people like Aaron have escalation patterns.
Mm-hmm.
It's on his page. Go look at what's pinned. Look at the police report that's pinned. So whenever...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, checkmate.
Not only that, not only just with Aaron, with any male that is comfortable sitting in a box with women and calling women disgusting names like this, it's much deeper than that. I think that's not what everybody's understanding. This is never okay for any man, any woman for that matter, to talk about other people in this degrading way. And if you hear it, you should totally be sticking up and saying something. Because clearly, if they have a pattern of this behavior, it's much deeper than just being mad at somebody on TikTok. As we're learning tonight, we've all heard Aaron crash out many, many times, but we never knew that his behavior is this deep. So let's definitely take a look into that much deeper when we're in other chats and we hear men talking like that.
And it
Yeah.
has to be us that says stuff, y'all. It has to be us. And if you're sitting there and you're condoning it with your silence, you are agreeing with it. Your silence is acceptance. Shay, I want you to make sure you take care of your mental health as well as your physical as well. Please use the programs that are available to you. Use 988, use any therapy, anything that you can do to heal your mind as well as your body, please.
I will. I had, I think it was on Monday. That was yesterday. I talked to a counselor about everything. So
I'm so proud of you. I'm glad.
thank
I
you.
would definitely tell you to keep going to counseling, and getting everything out. You definitely need to get everything out.
Yeah, and I know, like you told me, Checkmate, that I shouldn't let him silence me, and that's what he's just trying to do. And like, all I ever get told is, "Oh, he's drunk. He's drunk." I said, "No, he's like this when he's sober." I used to date him, and that's why I ran it as fast as I. I don't even think it was 2 months, was it? That I was with him, or just about a month? About
So
a month.
no, you definitely don't want to let him take your power away, because once he takes your power away, he's won, right? He wins. He's silenced you. Your story's not getting out there. Other women are going to fall victim to him. That's why I told you, don't let him take your power. Don't let him silence you, because you could essentially be the person that helps the next victim.
That's right.
Right. He's a very selfish man. Like, again, what hurts me the most is how he didn't care about that baby whatsoever. What he said about that baby was so cruel, and the baby didn't ask to be made, though it was. And I had, again, lots of people go after me about that poor baby. That baby was so loved, but yet so hated for no reason.
Yeah, I just really think it's important. And I know it's really hard and it's still very fresh. And I am so sorry that you ever had to do that. But I am so very thankful that you come up here tonight and more people heard your story, because I think it's important. I know it's hard, but it's so important to get it out there, because Aaron has affected so many people on this app. And not in the way he's affected you, but by name calling and crashing out and saying the mean, nasty words that come out of his mouth to other people, and it's escalated to where now he's not only just calling names, he's threatened my life. And I'm not worried about it, but, I had no idea that there was you that he has actually threatened and harmed, and not just with words, but, with actions. So I'm extremely grateful that you reached out to me.
I am too. Like, even going back to the control. Sorry if I stutter. My anxiety's up. If I didn't hang out with him and I hung out with my family, their friend group, but like family, he'd get so upset.
And that's 100% narcissist behavior, right? It's the control aspect of it all. He needs you to be there for him, but he doesn't want to be there for you. That's part of their control. Dang, I would never, I shouldn't say never. I didn't think that it went this deep with him, because we watch so many beggars and scammers, and most of them are just beggars and scammers, right?
Yep.
There's not much underneath that. But to find out that there's a whole area of him that people were not aware of. And because you were brave enough to speak, people now know that it's not just words. I mean, he's actually a manipulator. He hurts people in real life.
It really does. Like even the main reason I left was for my protection. Not mine, actually, my kids, and then mine. My son saw him one time treat me like crap, and he's like, "Mom, I don't like him," and that's when I fully was done. Because if my son, he's only 11, and I raised that boy so well, you know, he treats girls with respect, and he knows right from wrong.
Fallon, can you take over for a moment, please?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shay, you have made 109 new friends, and any of these names that you see, reach out to them. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for us to field through the messages because we get a lot, as you can imagine. But just know that there's solid unity over here with us. These people do this stuff on their free time to help people not get scammed out of their money. Imagine the unity that they have to help a child not get threatened, or yourself not get threatened, or if you're having a bad day and you're starting to think about things that are bogging you down, reach out to any one of us. Your
Right.
voice is important. And I promise you, you helped more people than you know by stepping forward, because somebody may have thought, maybe Julie, maybe Ashley, maybe Paula, maybe Stoner or Dustin, maybe window watching themselves and thinking that this guy's still a good dude and he just runs off at the mouth. No, this is so much more.
Oh, I know the Stoner, she actually was private messaging me while saying she blocked him, but come to find out she didn't block him. So, if she gets hurt, I warned her how he was.
Right.
But yeah.
And see, even with all you're going through, all of the threats, the violence, your body is still healing, your mind is still healing, you're still trying to help someone else. And that's what it's all about. Unfortunately, experience is a teacher in itself. And I hate that anybody would have to go through. And what you've just gone through, I'm so sorry. And I know you're going to hear that a lot. And people who are not there in your shoes are just voices. But the thing is that our voice together, making sure that other people know that people like Aaron and Aaron himself are dangerous, and people need to know the signs. They need to protect themselves. And one of those signs is when you start speaking horribly towards a female and you pretend or act as if they are beneath you like he does. Get the hell out of there.
Sorry, I have somebody in the background. She's agreeing.
You're fine.
And this is why we bring awareness, people, because you never know what's really going on until you get a chance to talk about it with somebody who's actually been around these people. And I'm not saying all of them are like this, but could you imagine if more people came forward and shared their stories? And this is just really heartbreaking, honestly.
Somebody had said that they were the one that sent me a warning, but I don't think I got that in time. Unless that was recently.
The comments are moving pretty quickly, guys.
Yeah,
If you had sent warnings to Shay, thank you. Please continue to do it. Sometimes sometimes those messages sit in message requests forever. I have some myself that I just see and it goes all the way down to the bottom. And if I'm not scrolling all the way looking for something, I miss those message requests.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important, to message people that you see in these chats. Message them, tell them what you witnessed, send them to videos, send them screenshots, do whatever you can do to start saving people, because, it helps, right? Any message you send out helps. It's going to hit somebody one day, and it's going to keep them from, maybe even save them from what she's went through. No, it was when he was fighting with you in a live. You messaged me back asking for more info.
Yeah. I had a couple messages, but that was around the time that I had not let him come around anymore.
I'm just, gosh, I really just hope he leaves you alone, honestly. I could not imagine being a mile away from him.
Oh, I know he mentioned about, okay, so where I live, I don't know if that's in any state or any hospital, with a baby under 20 weeks, they do like a burial thing. He's like, I'm gonna come. No, you're not. No, because I cared about this baby since the day I saw the positive test to the heartbeat to seeing it, slowly unalive.
It's really sad to me that he knew he was going to be a dad and he still did not change his ways. Because I can tell you, if a child will not make you change your ways, you will never change your ways. That's how I feel about it. That's a really sad story.
Right, and I know he immediately made a registry, and I'm like, why are you doing that? And he's like, so I can post it on TikTok and I think you say Bigo, however it's called. I said, I'm going to do that because, I already have 3. 4th is my cutoff, always has been. And I'm like, I will be in charge of that. At the end of the day, I love the baby first. I had already started making plans, and he, thought he was in charge of everything. But yeah, it's that other thing, he was being two-faced about it all.
I'm glad you brought up the wish list. So I know that Trish was called out by him, and he's very paranoid about his moderators reporting him, thinking that his violations stick when a moderator reports him. And that is the case. When moderators report you, it does stick. You can't appeal. There's no appeal button. And, he made a post about Trish on his page, called her a traitor, but she was the one who full-faced put it in the chat, create a wish list, let me know when you have it up. So there's a moderator who has been with him since Alaska, knowing his outburst, his problems with alcohol, and the way he treats women, whether he's on the alcohol or not. And she's in there condoning, saying, create a wish list. Let me know when you get it up.
Yep.
But there wouldn't be a concern there that he's having a baby with his anger management issues?
Yeah, I even told him, like, at one point before I finally blocked him, that I didn't feel comfortable with him around the baby. You get upset and all you do is drink. I said, instead of saving up for the baby, you're sitting here drinking on live every night, saying you had stopped for the baby, and you still continue. But I believe Trish did block him recently.
Good.
But yeah, when I found out he created that wish list, it was an argument. And I even threw in his face, I know you're going to just sell it. You're going to get all that stuff for the baby and sell it.
Wow. Yeah, I do know Trish did walk away from him, but she rode with him for a very long time. She was in his very first live that I seen, riding for him, blocking for him, doing whatever she could do to help him. I do believe at one time, was she not the one that he was supposed to go stay with? Does anybody remember that? I'm pretty sure that's how, why he was on his walk to the States, as he said.
He told me he never went down there to go meet another woman, because I brought that up. Somebody told me about that, and everything I kept bringing up, he had some sort of excuse.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why he was in Alaska. I don't think that I ever was privy to that information. So I don't know anything about that. Like I said, I didn't really cover him. He just wasn't somebody who piqued my interest, so I didn't really care.
Right. He
Birdie.
I mean,
Oh, I'm sorry, Shay.
no, you can go first.
Birdie, when you get a chance, will you put that screenshot up so it's not that I'm not speaking on anything that I can't prove? Just flash it if you can, and then guys, screenshot it and blow it up if you need to. I just want to prove what I say, so that way it's not hearsay. Go ahead, Shay. I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, you're fine. Again, if I'm stuttering and make no sense, it's because of the anxiety. Somebody said he has another mod who's married with small children. Is that Des? I've tried warning her about him. She thinks he's amazing and nothing but respectful. He makes a good. How do you say the word? His act is so amazing. Like you think facade. You think he's the most amazing guy, but once he gets comfortable, the truth comes out.
That's a perfect word. That facade. And we have a lot of those over here on this awareness side. Whenever we're the beggars, scammers, and bad behavior, it's Miss Navy Life, Miss Sassy, Miss Italian, It's always Miss Sally, Miss Sue. Whenever they want something, like Scam just said, like love bombing. That they get in there and they get in there with that sweet, wholesome, yeah, I don't know, Miss Frame, Miss this, Miss Sally, till they get what they want. And then you start seeing true colors when you start peeling back layers of the onion.
Yeah, if y'all could screenshot this real quick, because we're going to take it down because we're already 2 violations in. And if I go down, I'm going to lose the whole recording of the live. So please
He's
screenshot it,
watching it somewhere.
and we're going to take it down.
Yeah, I
Thanks.
think I was in that live too when I told him to take that baby registry down.
Yeah,
He's probably having people violate us, is what it is.
I did see that, Shay. I saw that you were questioning, like, why? No, I've got that. I think you said I have all that handled. I think you said.
Something like that. Oh, so you guys were watching how he treated me on live too.
Yes, unfortunately, yes. And that was the day when you scrolled in and he was talking to you like you were trash and being abusive, and he modded you in the middle of all of that. So, I mean, you really didn't have a say in a lot of that. And I don't know if he thought he somehow thinks this mod thing is like some sort of privilege, some sort of throne that you sit on. It's just a mod spot. Get over yourself. Julie, Ashley, Paula, Stoner, Des, get over yourself. It's just a mod spot. He talks to you like you're a dog.
You're not getting paid for it. It's just not a job.
No.
I mean, which I appreciate all my mods. They do this on their free time. There is no incentive to do this for me. It's just because they're good people that want to help spread awareness. Because I will always say that I have the best mods. They've been with me for a very long time. But it is a thankless, you can't thank them enough for everything that they do because they get put through some shit over here. So yeah, my mods are amazing. But I just also wanted to say, if Aaron does come back to TikTok and does start going live, I have a YouTube. My YouTube is pinned on my page. If any of you in here see him live and see new victims in his chat, please, please, please direct them to my YouTube, to this live. It will be labeled awareness, Aaron awareness probably, with this date. And please, please encourage them to go watch the live and listen to Shay's story. Because if we can prevent another person from going through what she's going through currently, saving one person is worth it, y'all. Really, it is.
And think about if they've got kids. She said he threatened their kids.
Yep, and he even pretty much threatened, the unborn baby's life. But he got what he wanted in the end. The baby passed away. So.
For real, where is he?
Yeah, even if y'all want to go screenshot my YouTube and make a video about it, put it on your page, that would be great too. Anything like that to get people to hear her story.
Yes.
To save anybody from Aaron. I know TikTok president, Madam President, is amazing, and has made videos like that.
Yes. Hey, Speak. Welcome
Hey,
in.
Speak, how are you? Is there anything else you want to share, Shay?
No, I mean, you guys already had a hunch of how he is. This just proves that he's just as bad sober or not, and hopefully it protects another, mom or child.
Yes.
Right, for sure. Because wow. I had no idea about the children, but like I said, I briefly knew you, and we were still trying to get you okay. And wow,
He wasn't
I
around
guess
the
I'm
kids
sorry,
much.
it just isn't enough.
I know it's hard. I couldn't even grieve without him throwing a fit. And I didn't even want to talk to him the day that, I had the emergency surgery, but my friend's like, as him being the dad, you should probably let him know that it's gone. And that just never again. Next time, I should have never called him. He at that point he didn't care. I shouldn't even, told him anything. But I was trying to be an adult, unlike him, and be like, hey, it's gone.
Yeah, and you can't dwell on the would've, could've, should've, right? I mean, you did what you thought was right, and you were right because he was the father of the baby. So of course, you want to let that person know. So don't blame yourself for that. Don't ever think that you did wrong in doing what, morally was right.
Right. And I don't know if you guys, my friend group's seen it, so if you guys ever want to hear their stories, I'm sure they would be down at some point if you need it. But they helped me get away from him, and they made it clear that if you could. Huh?
If they're willing to come up to a live, I would absolutely platform them coming up to speak on it. I think the more people that speak up, the better we are.
Yes.
Okay, and then, so can you get banned for swearing? Because my one friend has a big. She swears like crazy.
No. I swear all the time, and I've did fine. I've did fine with it. With my nursing degree, I have to be careful, but you can definitely curse.
Yes.
All right, I'll hop down, and
That
then
guy's
I will.
full of shit.
Hey, seriously, we all know he's full of crap.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
he even threatened my fiance as well. And then when my fiance was ready to protect his family, Aaron called the cops.
Well, Robert always gets threatened.
Yeah, I would definitely, if you want to message me, we can set something up for probably like a Sunday night, because my Tuesdays and Thursdays are pretty much booked for a while with other lives, but I would be willing to do a pop-up on a Sunday night or, a Monday night, whatever you need to do.
I can do that. There's probably like what 5-6 witnesses to everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Big group.
It's a big group, big one happy happy family.
Yeah, absolutely. We would love to hear from everybody and, hear more about the Aaron saga. Hey, Digital. How are you?
Good to see you. Welcome in.
Yeah, Shay, you need to rest, take care of yourself. You get with me, and whenever you guys want to do that, if you would rather do it sooner rather than later, we can make it happen. Like I said, Tuesdays and Thursdays are kind of busy for us, but we have, as 5 other days, sorry, to do whatever you need us to do. We were here to help for sure.
All right, thank you. And again, sorry, I'm just severely nervous.
No, don't be sorry. Please never apologize.
And you did great. Do not ever lose your voice. That's the most important part of all of this. Your voice is your bravery. Keep it up.
Thank you for all the support for all of you, even the ones in the comment.
Yes, if everybody could give Shay a follow, that would be great. Hopefully we'll see her more around the awareness community.
Definitely. I have a little girl that I need to teach how she should be treated and not.
Absolutely. And I think you're going to be, you'll do it perfectly well. You'll do fine.
Okay.
You're strong, Shay. You got this.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming up and sharing your story with all of us. We appreciate you, and we will see you all in a live very soon, hopefully.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
I'm sorry, Digital. Welcome in. I was trying to talk to her and then I seen you comment, so welcome in. I just don't know where we go from here, so it's a lot. Can somebody let Sassy up? I'm not holding my phone right now, but she's been wanting to come up.
Yeah, check. Yeah, hold on. Oh wait, I can't see. I don't have that button. Hold
I
on.
can't fucking stand her. I swear. If
Here we
y'all
go.
don't get her out of my hair, I can't.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, Fallon, yeah.
It won't let me. It won't let me accept. Hold on. Give me a second.
Oh my God.
Oh wait. Oh, I just invited somebody. Damn, I don't know who I invited. It wasn't Sassy though. Oops.
Y'all come and get this girl. I cannot. Y'all don't know what she puts me through on a daily. Oh my gosh.
I don't see Sassy's name. I'm sorry.
Digital, are you wanting to come up or was that a mistake? Could you let me know in the chat, please? I don't want to put somebody in a box that doesn't want up
I
here.
think that was me inviting her. I'm so
she does.
sorry.
I'm sorry. Good. Y'all take her phone.
Hey, hold on one quick second. I'm right here, Scam, up in the box. Julie, Aaron's mod. This is not her first time modding for somebody like him. Julie used to mod for, I don't know if you guys remember, Team Redneck Nation. He was a pedo, and we got him off the app.
Okay, so let's first of all, I need to remind you, when you come up and you say these things, that you need to show proof of these things.
I have the proof. I can send it to Fallon. I have the screenshots of her being Team Redneck Nation, his mod. He's no longer on the app no more.
Is Digital speaking, or is it just really windy where she is?
Oh, my fan is blowing directly in my face. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I was like, this girl's got to have her head hanging out of a window somewhere.
No, I turned my fan. No, I'm sorry.
Now I know what I put Birdie through every day at lunch.
You're in a wind tunnel.
Fallon, I'll send you the screenshot I have.
Thank you, Sassy. I appreciate that.
Because that Team Redneck, he was big on this app. And he had a bunch of mods, but yeah, he's not on because he's got put in jail for the things he did.
Okay. Thank you, Sassy. Great memory. I'm glad screenshots last forever. You just send it over to me. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Hey, Dee Dee.
Oh, okay, I turned the fan off. So I wasn't here for the live, so I apologize for that. Blame your friend over there. She should have told me. But I have two questions. The first question is there any thought being given to a select few having a live with Aaron to address him once and for all and then leaving him? Because I feel like he is picking and choosing who he wants to speak about to create a bunch of drama between them, to elevate his status, go back and forth a little bit. Then he'll leave you alone. He'll go to the next person and the next person. And I feel like there may be some benefit because he thinks that if he talks to what he perceives as the head honcho, that person is going to be able to be the person to tell everybody else to stop talking about him or referencing him or whatever the case may be. And that's not how it works.
That's a good point. He was doing that with Adam and Checkmate, thinking that he could speak to them in the DMs and that they would allow him to, beg in peace. And him just thinking that alone would be that he knows that Checkmate and Adam, he doesn't know them very well, but they're not going to allow them to do any of that. Just when you got up in his box and spoke to him as a one-on-one, he couldn't handle it.
Of
And
course not.
and look how he reacted.
But see, like he tried, I think it was All for One, and then he went to Awareness Tea thinking that she could broker a deal. And I feel like he's just trying to slide through the community, gaining followers, gaining attention by creating a problem. So it's been a thought in the back of my mind. People can think about it. I don't know, but I think, in my opinion, shutting him down once and for all and letting him know that it doesn't matter who he speaks to, this is a collective voice. It's not going to matter. If you keep begging, you're going to end up on somebody's live.
Right.
Get yourself together.
Yeah.
That was question 1. Question 2 is something that came up in a live earlier, and the issue happens everywhere. And the question is about how should we handle it? And I'm not trying to make any rule now, but just have a conversation. So we love when somebody finally sees the light in the facts, right? It gives us information we may not have known. It confirms information we may have known or thought was accurate. It gives us a deep dive into, depending on how close they were, into the behind the scenes behavior, etc. But the question is, how do we handle them? Do we treat them like a hostile witness? Do we fully embrace them? Or do we get the information we need from them and then kick them to the curb? And this isn't just like your everyday person, but this is someone who's a mod, who's in their box, who's blocking people, talking junk about people on our side, like doing the absolute most. And then when they feel like they're done, the first place they go is to us. Anybody have any thoughts on that?
That's a good topic, because that's one that's going to pop off with, like, everybody's going to have an opinion. Because I promised you this, and I'm going to put it to where, like this. If Jessie Fields ever thinks she's going to come over here and have a conversation with me without being a can of whoop ass opened and I got questions, it's not ever going to happen without it coming where I'm going to need a mediator.
Okay. Anybody else? No, I'm
Well,
not.
from my experience, treating people like a hostile witness is just going to make them shut down mostly. Unless they're kind of a narcissist and they like the attention, they're not going to keep, feeding you information, right? Most people don't like to be treated that way. And then some, they thrive on that, right? They thrive on the attention that they get from that.
Mhm.
So that's a great question, honestly, because
I liked it.
yeah, it could go so many different ways. And yeah, it should definitely, it's a conversation that needs to be had, because at what point do you stop entertaining their shit, right? At what point do you throw your hands up and just, you're done with them? Because what else can you say? What else can you do?
Mhm.
And I think we're at the point with a lot of them like that. Like, for example, she said Jessie Fields, like, she knows what she's doing.
Right.
So would a conversation even do any good with her? Probably not. She obviously thrives on the attention she gets from being in the Scammers and Beggars chats and, being their mods, because she knows that Awareness is going to say her name.
Right.
So, that's a great question. I think it just can go so many different ways with so many different people.
Right. And I think there shouldn't be a hard and fast rule because some people come humbly, some people come out of anger. So that was the case this morning. Them made a really bad accusation about this woman's little girl. And of course it set her off. But when them was doxing some of the people she was now talking to, she had no problem with that. But I also always say you'll figure it out. You'll find out eventually. And when they do we accept their information and say, well, thank you for that information. I'm going to drop you now. If you want to listen or stay, you can. But you're not just going to be up here like we're buddy friends. There'll be no, like, the other thing was no hard questions. No, there wasn't anybody telling her, like, well, why did you do this and why did you do that? It got let go because of the information. I can't say why. Let me change that. I don't know why. But there was information coming forth that I felt like was valuable, and other people thought she should have been kicked to the curb. So I was like, I guess it depends on the circumstances and the person and what they participated in.
I agree with that because the thing is that like whenever I'm a guest on your platform or I'm here with Checkmate, there's some people that Checkmate will not allow to be blocked because she wants them to have the ability to come up in this chat and have a conversation. And it drives me crazy. And everyone in this chat already knows it. It knows that it drives me wild because I'm like, why do they get to come over here and kick it with us when these people are messaging, commenting, making videos, busting their butts on their free time to help people, and they get to sit in here and absorb the information so they can go and be an op. But at the same time, we're in here documenting because if these people think that they're going to come in this chat and they're not recognized, just like you always say, Digital, the hills have eyes. And I promise you, I'm taking names.
Right. Exactly.
So I think on a case by case basis,
yeah, and I do think that well, I know for myself going forward that while I want to hear you out, I want to hear the information. I'm going to have some honest, respectful, but honest conversations about their behavior if I know it. Because you actively participated.
Yes.
You were okay with it while it was going on. And so my question is, why did you feel like it was okay while you were participating? Why didn't you look at who came before you and say, you know what, there may be some truth? And then, and then also say, like, why should anybody respect you now?
It's true.
So anyway.
That's an excellent point to ponder. I like that. Yeah. Yep. Because I see it. I see what you guys do. I see you, Checkmate, and many of the other hosts that I get to go and visit, and I see what you're saying. Me, if you've said before you will not box up with me, I'm blocking you on my platform because I don't want you my DM squabbling to me and trying to make friends with me on the DM. When you were disrespectful publicly, let's do it publicly. But with you and Checkmate and many of the others, you have platforms to maintain. So you want people to be welcome to come in and have a conversation. And it may go well and it may not. But at least the conversation's had and the door's open. So I have respect for all of that. So I sit right in the middle.
I understand. It's hard sometimes.
I think that it's important that people are able to come in and hear the information, right? I also think that it's important because you never know what's going to happen when you host a live, what direction you're going to go, what direction it's going to take, right? And if you happen to speak on, let's say, Jessie Fields, because I don't have her blocked, I don't have any of them blocked, and it takes a turn to something that she's did in a chat. I think that it's important that she has that opportunity to come in and speak. We know she won't, right? But
Right.
we also want to know that she had that opportunity, so she can't say, well, I didn't know. I didn't have a chance to defend myself, because you always have a chance. You always have a chance to take a box. We do not deny boxes. I
Right.
know Digital does not deny boxes either.
I sure don't.
So I think that it's important to keep your platform open to people, especially when you go live and you talk about these people, because you don't want to be known as the person that's talking about this scammer or this beggar or this enabler, that enabler, and not giving them the opportunity to hear the information you're saying about them, and not giving them the opportunity to come in and take a box or even come in the chat. So that's my stance on it. I just want it to be fair. And I don't think that it's fair if you go and block a bunch of people and then say, we were talking about Aaron tonight and somehow it's flipped to Tim and Angela, and then Jessie Fields came up and she could run and tell everybody, because then you start to lose a little bit of integrity, is how I see it. You start to lose a little bit of that credibility, because I just don't think that it's fair to speak on people and not have an opportunity to come in and say their piece if they want to.
Right.
So that's my stance on it. I know Fallon doesn't agree with it, and that's fine. I completely get it.
Right. We don't always have to agree.
Right. And
I
anybody
think-
that knows Fallon and me knows we do not agree on a lot of stuff, but that's why we're friends. That's why we work so well together, because we don't agree on everything.
I say the same thing. I also think, and I said this, I also think that at the end of the day, as vile as they may be, they're still human beings. And so on that level, they get a measure of respect. I'm never going to go off and act ghetto and just curse them out. Because that, for me, it doesn't solve anything. The only thing it may do is get some frustration out, but then I've lost the opportunity to gain information that I think is valuable for the community. So I'm going to show everybody a measure of respect. That's just who I am. But it doesn't mean that showing them human to human respect doesn't mean that I don't feel like they should be held accountable for their behavior. And I think it's going to be a fine balance, but a balance it should be. It's going to be narrow.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because I know that regardless, when people come over here, that if she was to come up in here, I know that Checkmate's not going to allow her to get up in a box and be disrespectful. And I know she's also not going to get coddled over here. I know that Checkmate's going to ask the hard questions. Digital, I know you're going to ask the hard questions, just like with anybody else in this chat. I know you're not going to allow them. Checkmate, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, I also personally don't think that, I don't know how I want to say this without offending people. I don't think that enablers should ever be coddled. I don't think that, if you know what this person's about, absolutely ask the hard questions. Because why? Why are you doing this? Why are you letting people be taken advantage of? I don't understand that. I don't understand how you could work 40 or 40 plus hours, 80 hours a week, and want to give your money to a stranger on the internet. I work hard for my money. My job, as though I'm not a nurse, but is mentally exhausting. So I could never imagine sitting on this app and just giving my money away. So I think the hard questions are what should be asked. I don't think anybody should be coddled. I don't think that they deserve that respect. I don't think that after you have enabled multiple scammers and beggars, that you deserve any amount of respect of being coddled. And that's just my opinion.
A former moderator that is one of the closest people to me on this app, and that's Hope. And she is a beast in the DMs. She messages people and lets them know I was you. I wouldn't listen and I wouldn't do research on my own, despite how easy it was. I was one of those people, and I lost thousands to Kimberly Peters, and I allowed her to emotionally manipulate me because she played this I'm being bullied card. And she is one of the most solid, important people in this community that if you ask her right now, she will tell you. If I heard the name Fallon or any of the others, I left that door wide open because I wasn't going anywhere near where they were. And it kind of makes me wonder, did she continue to do it because she was afraid to come over here? And I felt bad about that. But she's like, no, it's just strictly that I was emotionally manipulated by thinking that Kim was being bullied.
Right. And I think that's another thing that people need to understand is sometimes they do it just to do it. And sometimes it's out of spite. Sometimes it's because they have a big heart. Sometimes it's just because there's no reason, right? But I'm absolutely never going to teach an adult how to be an adult. Google it. I don't give a fuck. You're an adult on this app giving money to scammers and beggars, enabling addiction. And, I'm not just talking about drug addiction, because there's so many different kinds of addiction, right? Like Kimberly Peters, it was shopping. It was materialistic. It was everything, around that aspect of her life. And I'm not going to teach anybody how to be an adult. That's why I'm not a big person on the enablers, because I think if you're somebody that's going to work hard for your money and then give it away to a complete stranger on the internet, that's on you. I'm not somebody that really covers or worries about enablers, because you're an adult, and you're an adult that's giving money away to a fucking stranger that you have no idea who they are. So I do not agree with coddling any of them. You're not children. You're adults. Adults giving away your money. I never got into the enabler part of it. That came along with Birdie, Amber, and Fallon. It's just not something I've ever did. I mean, I get why they do it, and that's why I'm here supporting them. It's just not something that I'm interested in.
I understand that, but I think one of the points that was made in the live where we were having this conversation was that how many people who are now on our side of the tent, or on our side of the park, really, because we ain't in the same tent, came from being an enabler or came from being a mod, and it took them a second or to wake up and realize I'm one person who almost got taken advantage of. And so there's a difference between like unknowingly doing something and knowingly doing it. But half our community wouldn't be here if it wasn't open to people who once felt like they were doing the right thing and now they've done the opposite thing. I just don't I used to be like, open my arms wide if you want to come to the other side. But now I feel like it's when something happens to them, they're ready to jump, and then they're expecting like a soft landing. And I think they should have to own up to the things that they've done, the things that they've participated in. They have to admit it. They have, in my opinion, they need to be remorseful for it. Because otherwise, you're just using us to get back at the person you no longer like now.
Right, which is I completely agree with you on that aspect of it. Because you were messaged multiple times by multiple people. And
Right.
now you're seeing the light because what they offended you or did something to you, now you see it, but you didn't
Right.
see it before. So yes, I 100% agree with you on that.
I
And that
agree
is,
with that too. I think the same thing.
and that is one of the reasons why I do always close out with, when somebody clicks like, or they donate one time, or they send a gift one time, or they've accidentally sent a rose trying to plug their phone in, they're not an enabler until they know, because you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And if you call somebody an enabler after the first time, then I'm going to tell you to kick rocks and get the hell out of my DMs. Don't come over here and tell me what I can and cannot do with my own account that I pay my phone bill on. We
Right.
don't want to do that. But when it's a repeat thing after you know that this person speaks vile towards women or has taken advantage of vulnerable, kind-hearted, elderly women and not paid them back and repetitively are lazy or won't get a job or won't do for themselves or abuse their children on camera, whatever it is, and you're part of that, you are an enabler.
Right. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I know I took you guys in another direction, but I saw y'all here. I saw that you were talking about Aaron, and I wanted to ask that question, and then the other question popped into my. So thank you. Thank you for letting me come up. I appreciate it.
Coming up, Dee Dee. We appreciate you.
I'm going to drop so y'all can do whatever it is you were planning on doing until my untimely interruption. Everybody have a wonderful night.
Good night, Dee Dee. I like having those discussions. I like when we all come together and everybody is able to put their input in. Those kind of things need to happen more and more often. We don't always have to agree. That's one of the reasons why this team over here sticks together and does things as a unit, because we don't necessarily have to agree, because I don't really want to sit with an echo chamber. I don't want people telling me, yeah, checkmate, yeah, or yeah, scam, yeah. And all of a sudden, everybody does things the same. Because then when you start getting the same results and you're not reaching out to other people, or the same thing is happening over and over and over, and you're not expanding anything, or you're not getting any better, then what? You're preaching to the choir. You guys know not to give your hard-earned money out. You guys know to do your research. So if we don't broaden our reach, who are we talking to? Each other? Then we're all in the same echo chamber. I closed the notebook. Checkmate's son must be home. Birdie, do you have anything?
Nope, I'm good, friend.
All right. Amber?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Y'all make sure that pinned post that's on Birdie's page, you share it out if you haven't already. Checkmate has 2 pinned videos on hers where you can hear what happened on Friday night, and then let other people know as well. If you've heard it, share it out so others can hear it, and then direct them to Checkmate's YouTube so they can hear the whole story of exactly how we got here and how it got out of hand, and just be familiar with those names that are in Aaron's chat, condoning the way that he speaks. I thank each and every one of you for your likes, your comments, your ideas, your post. You're the reason this community continues to go forward. Are you able to close us out, Check?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My child came home and I was talking to him, but I really just want to thank everybody for coming in, whoever came up, Shay for sharing her story. I also want to remind everybody that Thursday night we are welcoming in new creators to our boxes to tell a story about Paula, help us have a discussion about her. They've been covering her. So I hope everybody comes back for Thursday because Paula is she's a lot. There's going to be a lot to cover. We're going to need the taps, the shares, the support. And I really want everybody to support these new creators. So I hope everybody comes back Thursday night. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. He's leaving again. With that being said, is there anything that anybody else has tonight to say? Oh, thank you, Granny Annie. Thank you all for coming in. I mean, we wouldn't do this without you guys every Tuesday and Thursday. So with that being said, thank you everybody for coming in. I appreciate everything. My mods, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. With that being said, good night, everybody. We'll see you Thursday. Y'all have a safe week.
Good night.
Good night.